What started as protests and marches in Ukraine has now escalated into full-fledged armed confrontation. Government troops there faced off today with pro-Russian forces in at least 3 eastern cities. Our Prime Minister Stephen Harper today called it a slow-motion invasion of Ukraine by Russia. And as Mike Armstrong reports, the Ukrainians are fighting back.
The Ukrainian government is moving additional troops and equipment into the eastern part of the country. Roadblocks are going up around cities where pro-Russia forces are active, in particular around the city of Slovyansk. The Ukrainian Interior Minister says troops were hit by what he calls a heavily armed terrorist ambush this morning. According to the government, 4 soldiers were killed and 30 wounded. It has not said how many insurgents were taken prisoner, but several are seen in this military video given to the media. Pro-Russia forces have their own roadblocks, and they're not simply tires stacked in the street. These are armored personnel carriers, also outside Slovyansk, being used by pro-Russia forces. Now, those forces are trying to block rail access to the city as well. There was a confrontation Monday on this spot as government troops launched an offensive. The pro-Russia militia says at least 8 people were killed, including local residents. This woman says the shooting was off and on for about 40 minutes. She was hit in the arm. There have been confrontations and injuries inside the city as well. About 800 pro-Russia militia have seized government buildings and parks and appear to have some support. The army should be protecting its people, this woman says, not killing them and burning them. Now, burning is a reference to what happened Friday in Odessa. More than 40 people were killed in clashes, most of them pro-Russians, when the building they were occupying was set on fire. Some of the funerals were held today. The chant outside this one is, "We will not forget, we will not forgive." Now, the international community is still pointing fingers at Russia. The leaders of Japan and France today called for dialogue and de-escalation, but blamed Moscow for intensifying tensions. They also reiterated the importance of Ukrainian presidential elections slated for May 25th, saying they have to go ahead and the result be accepted. Now, that happening is looking less and less probable, in particular in the eastern part of the country, by the day. Mike Armstrong, Global News.